Please bear with me. Switch. Each one on the left there. Good. Yep, I see that. Very good. Very good. Right on, right on. Okay. And then you should do something over here. Yep. There we are. All right, good. All right, good. All right, forgive me for the technical difficulties. I do apologize. Now then, I believe we were finishing up with Bob Barracuda, who has been assigned to Greasy Roger for reasons that only the High Priestess knows. Meanwhile, Gert, dwarf, a eldritch knight, as it were, he is the first mate of the Greasy Roger and has chosen for his character to have a bit of he wanted a path of redemption for his character. I said, redeeming from what? He's not really sure, but he wants to redeem himself in the eyes of his family. Okay? He has stumbled upon a shard of the blade of virtue. This particular shard was in a picture or painting in the Baron's office, Baron of Fall, or study, where the party briefly were left unattended by the steward as they waited for the attendance of a few of the nobles. Now that during that time, they had the opportunity to snoop around a bit, and of course the party did. Gert stumbled upon a picture that, when he investigated further, it was a great battle of Candor, and fitting that right there with Fala. Fala is very rich with that history, as it was established since that war from the aftermath of it. Now then, in that picture, behind it, when they pulled up the bag, he found something lodged in there, and that was a shard from the Blade of Virtue. Now, the Blade of Virtue actually once contained the spirit or essence of a god, the god Virtue, god of the moon, the one that has returned. Now, when they found the shard, a lot of the players that knew the name Virtue, that knew of the blade, they about wet themselves. Meanwhile, he has been pricked by it, but instead of going Sleeping Beauty, he went rogue agent for a brief moment, or at least it attempted to take control of him, to possess his will. He struggles with that endeavor and hopes to win that battle. The shard itself is an omen of the return of Virtue, as the party has discovered as the blade being broken, the shard being present, the evidence that Virtue is no longer in his prison. Tarzanster, an aquatic elf, he is a traveler from another world. He has traveled many worlds, including the domains of Dread, and even the Sword Coast. He has found his way here, as many of our players sometimes have a hard time putting down characters. This character has played through 2 campaigns so far, not completed, as the Curse of Strahd came into abrupt end due to some player difficulties between a few of the players, which will not be mentioned here, but one of them no longer plays with us, but is always welcome to return to the table anytime, if ever he decided to, and all that good stuff. As I said, he had traveled around the world. He has he has taken a fancy to a very particular moon elf apothecary, running the apothecary there in Fall. Now, this is the daughter or adopted daughter of one Lady Fell. That is something that the party recently discovered as well. Zappa, a Toidle druid, Circle of the Stars, fitting for a campaign that involves a lot of travel by water, that a druid of the stars accompanies them. He was stranded upon an island off the coast of Pirates Bay. This island, the Panther, I believe they called it the Panther Shores, or can't remember what the name of that particular island is. I have it somewhere on another map, as I have an in-depth look at it. I believe we call it the Panther Coast, or the Panther, I believe it was called the Panther Coast. And has found his way to the city of Fallen, Port Town, Fallen, and sits as fallen in with the greasy Roger, and has taken his place among their crew. The crew has grown immensely since they've been in Fallen. Some of them being play characters, some of them simply being crew members. And to lead it all, our dear Captain Von DeVinto, captain of the Greasy Roger. Now, Captain DeVinto can be a very chaotic character when left alone, when left unattended, I should say, as he has taken an interest in the Baron and has been proactively doing a little investigation there. Not a bad idea. Not a bad idea at all. And actually, he has turned out to be a very brilliant captain for the Greasy Roger, as they can be a chaotic bunch themselves. They, of course, have had some run-ins with a group called the Dragoons there in Fall. They, in the eyes of the Baron, criminals. And we'll see where that develops to. Moving on another part of the world. Oh no, actually, on another part of this continent, leading their way down to Bernard. No, I take that back. They're headed here. Here they will get aboard a ship. They are making their way south on a road that has been marched many times down south to Aquilonia, and sometimes from the south all the way up north. There are many rest areas on the way, and the party has made themselves available to set rest areas here and there. In fact, meetings sometimes at them. Now, that journey started with just way to the old lands. The old lands being Baldane or Valdoon down here. Mount Baldane and Voran are known areas there. But Baldoon is where he is headed, here, to basically down this mountainous area right here. They will be heading that way. Now then, what waits them there is a trial. Apparently many are turning this way to the old lands, as many are taking part in a ritual to become the new chief of the clan. This clan actually operates up north here in this area, which is where he traveled down south, crossing the river and making his way down here. Now then, he along the way has picked up a motley crew. We have Bolton Barrack. Bolton Barrack is a cleric of Fixies, I believe, which is very and cleric of, wait, is he? No, he's not. He's a cleric of Gaunt. Gaunt is a dwarven cleric, dwarven god, that is known in some of the northern lands. Doraine is his home, and he has found his way to Candor in a battle years ago when he was still young, where he participated in the last battle of Candor. And, well, the last battle of Aquilonia, as Aquilonia now lies beneath the water here. And he was there when it set. That's kind of interesting. He has noticed the return of Bertrude, has identified him. It wasn't hard to spot, as it was foretold. Moon is rotating now. I may have mentioned that last time we had a little broadcast. It's been making its way closer and closer to the Earth, or Thalia. That's not good either. Continuing on, we have Elrune, an elf, an arcane trickster. Manticore, Leonix, Lionel, monk of the Ascended Dragon. And then Scarlet, a half-elf bard, college lore. Now, this is an interesting little group, as they all kind of met up here about the same time, and I believe it was Easter Sunday, where I had a little Easter one-shot that they joined Gert and had decided since to remain playing. They had a great time fighting a demonic bunny of my own creation, and yes, my home parish. They joining up with Namek, and since then have been journeying with him. Manticore, which is not a Manticore, by lineup, is also making his way to Baldoon, as he knows of a great tournament there, which is actually the very rite of passage that our Namek is on his way for. Scarlet, being a bard of lore, has also noticed some of these signs about Bertrude's return. Now, Scarlet and Evelyn, as because of their magical aptitude, have decided they need to get out of Candor, as there's new restrictions that are going to be put in place, which would make them have to register with a guild, or make their own company as a mercenary company, or join a mercenary company in order to, some way, shape, or form, have a license to bear magic, as it were. They're not liking that, so they want to get on out of there. And because Namek and Manticore are making their way to the Old Lands, and Scarlet thinks that it would be a great story being a bard. And of course, the other members have decided to band together to aid them, and no doubt meeting it as when they arrived at the town that they are currently in, was destroyed, and its remains but in cinders. And there is some nightmarish creature there as well, of my own creation, that some of these party members have dealt with a number of times before. This creature happens to make flesh columns, essentially what you would call flesh columns, but are stitched together, not nose and ducks and whatever might be on hand, stitched together with some mixed up human pieces as well. Some of them might match, some of them might not. They are basically the leftover remains of what they have devoured, and those remains are then stitched together to go find them more things to eat. And it's terrifying. They don't like this thing, but either they're going to deal with it or they're going to try to get a boat and get on out of here. And we will see what happens the next time. Actually, be probably this Sunday. I say no, I take that back. Friday, this Friday. Plans takes place on Fridays, so we'll play that game this Friday. We also have Nightfall that plays on Saturdays, and because of the Black Game may have come available again. That I want to finish what was a one-shot, but we may end up holding that off for another time, and continue just doing Ages of Black Hand that Sunday. I'm going to plan on doing that for now. So that's a bit of a recap as what has happened thus far in the Chronicles of Thalia. Now, all the roads lead to Rome. And Rome, in this game, is Zuka Island. Because there is a way to prevent Armageddon. All these foretelling of Bertram's return and everything that's going on. Of course, there has to be a way to prevent it, right? And that lies in Zuka Island. And we will see more of that in the days to come. For now, I want to thank you all for joining me. I apologize once again for my internet issues. It would be the table in the tavern if we didn't have a couple of little glitches here and there. We're still getting everything worked out. Part of it is all technological wise. I don't have funding. Everything is myself, and I'm getting it as we go along. As you could say, just doing it. Once again, thank you for joining me. My name is Patrick Leon Jenkins, as it were. And be kind to each other, because we're all this together. Thank you, and good night. You're on.